Morning. Welcome to the pre-market stream. So from last night, you can see we just kind of range traded on Friday afternoon. After that, though, kind of maintained the range, and now we've dropped a little bit lower. So we're going to mainly be watching that low of the pre-market today for a drop lower. But we could potentially see a recovery over the pre-market high and yesterday's close. So my big watch for today is going to be between here and here. And then for the downside, we're going to be watching the low. So very, very small range to be looking at. But let's go straight to Apple and we'll start creating the list. So Apple, we're going to say above. I like this level right here because it covers above pre-market high. It's the 2 day ago open before earnings hit. It was also a support, you could see, and it's also above everything else. So possibly you're going to be looking above 158.80. So we'll say above. I'm actually going to leave Apple off the list today. I don't like that it just had earnings. Nvidia, we need to be very careful too. Remember what I said yesterday in the stream. So Nvidia doesn't have earnings for a while, but AMD does have earnings. So be very careful playing Nvidia or any semiconductor this week because they will be affected. And also this week's also going to be very sketchy, I guess you could say in short, because the market has Federal Reserve, a lot of comments from the Federal Reserve this week. So it's kind of Fed week, FOM. So be very careful on just trading in general this week, but there's going to be a lot of craziness going on. So make sure to stay cash on more days than you should this week. But overall, still going to be a great week of trading. So we're going to say above 187.50. Stop loss at 187. $189/189.50, 191.50. And yeah, if you guys hear any noise, I'm sorry. I can't shut it up. The AC guys are here messing with something, so if you hear any background noise, just ignore it. So we got a lot of the above levels. 192.25. We'll say below 182.80. No, take that back. 182.75. Stop loss at 183.30. Target 182. 180.25. 179, and then you could say 177.50 or 178. I'm going to go with 177.50. So Nvidia is done. And again, all these levels were done yesterday on the Sunday stream. So if you want to go back and see how I'm getting all these levels from randomness, please go look. But Sunday was huge. So we're PLTR above. So we got a low here, made a higher low, so kind of built a potential base. And this is the perfect example. Jesus, they're so loud. But we got a low here, a higher low. They built base. They increased over the recent resistance. And you can see when they pushed over this recent resistance, they did so with rising volume, if I can find it. From candle to candle, as we pushed through this level, we had really good volume. So from here to here, you could see as we pushed through and on, we accumulated. So showing buyers had some strength after building base. So this is your just basic buy the dip entry look, and then you end up selling at a target and all that good stuff. That's where we're going to be looking for below. You can see they kind of broke under here, and they're under that now. The 1028 or 1025, we could possibly say, is going to be that bigger level to the downside. So I'll probably edit this and say 1025. but still very big level. But above 10.60, stop loss at I'm sorry, I muted my mic. They're so freaking loud. Above 1060. Stop loss at 1050. Target. I want to say opening price of that other day. 1070. Yeah, I was wanting to say 1075, so we'll go with 1070. $10.90. 11.05. 11.20. So below 1025, this should be the easy one. We'll say stop loss at 1040. Target 10. You could say 990 if you want. And I don't think there are any much lower levels than that. 9 is a psychological level. We were mainly questioning people when I drew this level here. We're just saying what are the next best levels to look for. And you're going to see me go through them now. The psychological level. So 990 is the last known level I have. I'll go to 975, 950, 925. And you can say 9 flat if you want to keep going. I'm going to just end it there at 925 because a dollar drop on Palantir at $10 a share, that's going to be a very, very big day. Very unlikely day. So just going to leave it as is. Netflix, you can see maintaining our range perfectly. Above. And you can see we have that 2 day ago open kind of way over here. Kind of messes up our levels to the right though, so not really going to add it. Previous day low, don't need to add it. Previous day high, you don't need to add it. Previous day open, you don't need to add it because everything kind of close to a known level already, so you really aren't looking to add a whole lot more. Now it's just kind of focusing on the good levels. So we're going to say above. If you want to say the PMH, you can. I think I'm going to go with the PMH and set this as a first target because it is pretty good distance away. So we'll say 192.85. Stop loss at previous day close is way down here at 190, so a $2.50 drop would not be a good stop loss. So we're going to say this lower high right here. So 191.80. So about $1. That's a lot easier to deal with. Target 195. No wait, 194.50. Almost skipped over the very first level. 196, and then 197, 198. We'll end that. Below 189, stop loss at 190.30. Target Netflix to the downside, we're saying below 189, stop loss at 190.30, which is about that previous day close. Jesus Christ, now they're messing with the doorbell. Are they electricians or AC men? Target for Netflix would be 188. Alright, so here's the list so far, guys. We have NVIDIA above with the plan, Palantir above with the plan, also below. We don't just plan one side. And then Netflix, that's the one I just finished typing together here. So I'll continue on, but I'm just letting you guys know that's what we have so far. NVIDIA, Palantir, Netflix. If you guys would like to see any other tickers, let me know. You can't hear any background noise. That's impressive. These guys are loud as... I don't even want to tell you what, but they're very loud. Netflix, VALE. So VALE was another one I had on the Sunday watch list. Again, if you guys want to see, we did this together yesterday. Go down to the 5 minutes, not so clustered. So you can see the pre-market actually is making this easier for us. They dropped down a little bit, letting us use our previous day close as some information. So I'm going to say above say above 17. Stop loss at 1685. Utilizing that previous day close as our stop loss. If this breaks 17, comes back down, breaks 1685, well, guess what? We're out of the trade. No biggie. But at least levels have reasoning and make sense. Target 1720, 1755. Which, if you want to say 40 first, totally fine with me. 20 cents targets are not that bad on VALE. And then 1775. Below 1650, stop loss at where does pre-market start? Right there. 1675. That'd be a really big stop loss. I don't like that. We'll just say 1670. Target 1640, 1625, 16. And then last but not least, BABA, the very last one from the Sunday stream yesterday. We mainly talked about gaps when we looked at the BABA chart, but overall you could see really good push up. And right now this is probably just going to lead to a slow simmering down move to here. Now you can see here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So big gap is made. Big gap is made. You never just see one candle go down and finish it off in one go. A lot of the time you don't. There are occasions, but a lot of the time you don't. At first you'll get a penetration, so that's kind of what this candle is, and then you'll get kind of a reset move saying, all right, hold up, let's get a breather going here, regardless of earnings or catalyst or whatever's going on here in the price action. It'll slow it down more. It won't create a new high, as you can see here. Failed to create a new high, failed to push any higher, failed to hold anything, right? So it penetrated, it reset. So what is this then? The simmer down move that I'm talking about. It actually going and filling that gap. So that same thing tried to happen here. They didn't want to fill it all the way. And then you could see the possible. Going to see it again here. They got the gap up. They're going to probably have a slow simmer down move to maybe fill that gap. I'm not going to say it is going to fill that gap, but you do want to at least think it is going to go at least towards the bottom of that gap. So at least aim towards that previous day high if you do see this continue. So add that previous day high, add that pre-market low, add that pre-market high, and you already have your previous day high, previous day close area kind of marked. So we'll just leave it as is, and we'll add it. BABA. But hopefully that makes sense on the gaps. You're not looking to always enter as soon as it breaks. If you want to, cool, set a plan, but wait till that second break happens, and then you can really have fun with it. And plus, Chinese stocks aren't just gapping up and down from their own perspective, from their own news. They are gapping up and down from Chinese market. They're gapping down and up because of them. So it's not really on BABA for gapping up and down. It's on its whole sector together. So whenever you're looking at these, don't just think, oh my God, BABA is such an ugly chart. Like, no, that's a lot of the Chinese sector right now. So it's not really their fault. So we're going to say above 98.30. Stop loss at 97.85. I'm going to say target 100, then 101, 102. And then for the below side, we'll say below 95. Stop loss at 94. All right, yeah, so the list is done. We can go through a couple tickers together if you guys want, but 1 second. Let me send it to the chat real quick. And then I'll show you guys on stream so you guys can add it to yours as well, because hearing me say it isn't going to be super helpful. Seeing it helps. So let me get it sent in chat, and then I will show you. right, sent. All right, let me get it on over. So, again, I always want to say this when I stream because a lot of people overlook this. Please, if you don't know how to access pinned messages, reach out to me. I would love to help you. But if you're on a computer, if you're on your screen right now, go over to the top right of my channel, BB System. Click pinned messages right there, the little thumbtack. And you can read all the information about the strategy, inflation. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here that we end up covering a lot. And the same thing goes for a lot of these channels. If you go through here, there's going to be pinned messages in a lot of these channels. If you have DukeBot, there's going to be pinned messages in that channel that you're going to want to read. Same goes for this channel. You're going to want to start at the top, read all the way down. Go to the Keys channel. You're going to want to read through these PDFs. Workshop, you're going to want to work yourself through those. BB Bootcamp, you're going to want to finish these quizzes. I'm going to make more of these, by the way. So add some reactions to these to show me you guys want more. But I will definitely be making more of these pretty soon. So be on the lookout. But here's the watch list. Let me just have it up so you guys have a chance to add it. But good morning, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Please leave a like on the stream if you can. And let's see some tickers you guys are looking at today. What all stocks is everyone looking at? Let me know in the comment section or whatever you call this YouTube chat. Drop some tickers that you guys are looking at today. Just like the past few weeks in a row, I've streamed on a Sunday. We covered every single one of the tickers I posted beforehand. And then today we're doing the same thing. We're trying to add as many of them to the watch list as we can. Devin Cox is watching Amazon Spy. YM, Hard Hitter, what's up, man? Watching AMD. And yeah, make sure to watch AMD because they have earnings. So that's probably why they have unusual options activity. Be very careful with that. If you go to AMD, go out to their daily time frame, you can see they have earnings on, I think it's the 4th? No, the 3rd. The 3rd. So tomorrow after market. So be very, very careful with that. And that's why I'm probably not going to have NVIDIA on the list tomorrow. NVIDIA being my favorite stock to look at every day. Not going to be looking at it tomorrow because I know that whatever price action hits, I'm not going to be able to trust just because of AMD. So whatever happens with them, it is going to mess with NVIDIA semiconductors. But just wanted to remind you because that can screw a lot of really, really good plays. People could say, oh, this was the perfect short position or the perfect long or whatever. It was building base. It doesn't matter. Earnings is happening. All of the technical analysis we could possibly give to this chart does not matter right now. So I just wanted to point that out. And that goes for every earnings. If you guys are going to be looking at an earnings, don't play it. Unless you're a spreads trader or you have shares or something, you really shouldn't even be looking at it. But from an options perspective, it is very screwy. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that warning out there. But let me throw the list back up just so you guys have a chance. And seriously, guys, go through this stuff. Don't just look at today's list. Go over to the past list as well. If you go over to Friday's list, you can go and you can cover it. You can go look at the TA, all that great stuff. And same thing for swing, same thing for older list. I can't stress how big U was last week, or Uber and Walgreens from the Sunday watch list before that. That was just insane. So it was really good to go back and review that because it kind of reminds us like, okay, we just need to look at this stuff more. CVNA, I have seen that go across a lot of people's watch list. We can look at that for a second because I didn't look at it for even a second. So it's not an OTC. Oh, it's Carvana. I was wondering why I couldn't think of CVNA. Didn't they have a catalyst? That's something with their CEO or something. That's right. He bought more. Okay. Well, good for him. Back it out. Max Daily. And why I'm doing this because I don't have anything to go off of. I need to get some price history drawn up here. You can see when COVID hit, the low of the move was about 29. Right before COVID was 110, and we're kind of in between that. So I'm kind of focused on this range right here. Just getting some easy to grab levels real quick. Nothing special. Well, I guess they are special, but just trying to give myself a bigger picture here. Auto zoom back out. You can see it looks like a bunch of just clustered levels, but on the smaller time frame, it's going to help me out. Previous day, or sorry, 2 day ago low, previous day high, previous day low. So you can see they have some big resistance here from the 2 day ago low and yesterday's low that they need to get above for longs. Shorts need to continue rejecting this level, but then also taking out the pre-market low at about 55.80s. So definitely be on the lookout for CVNA. But from the bigger time frame perspective, I would definitely say for bears, you already kind of have conviction. You know, if anything, you're too late for getting in early. So if anything, if you're looking for a bear setup, I would look for another retest. For bulls, you're going to want to see a base build. You're going to want to see one low made, them go up, do whatever ugly price action to reject, come back down, and either build that higher low above this low or build it on that low. So it gives them a potential base build. So that's what I'd be looking at if you're looking for any kind of moves on CVNA. But overall, even on the smaller time frames, though, super easy to kind of just pick out. Wait till under the PML or wait till it's above the recent blue zone here from our past lows. You're looking at MU. ATVI is looking crazy pre-market. And again, don't just, and I'm not saying this to get onto you, but again, don't just say, oh, wow, it's crazy. You know, go look, see what's going on with it. It looks like Activision's trading higher because Berkshire Hathaway increased its ownership of the stock. Wow, big wowzer there. I've been making fun of this trade because it's complete BS that they would say that this is a legit trade. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates being best friends in real life, and then them making these trades without it being insider information is just complete bullshit. But nonetheless, still going to be a super profitable chart. So you can see the last time Warren Buffett was brought into the discussion. So we're going to see another probably pump here again. So I would be I'd definitely be watching this over the long period, the bigger time frames, because as you can see, since that news, nothing has happened. You know, people are getting in, people are just weighing in on what they want to do with this, and no one knows. So is Activision going to go and slowly simmer down to here? Possibly not. You know, it might not ever go fill that gap. You might see it just do part of that gap and continue higher. So we'll see again then, but Activision does look pretty crazy pre-market high. Let's add an easy level here for us. Going back to the maximum daily. And again, I can see I'm right here at 57s or 75s. So I'm going to go over here to the far right and focus on some levels over here. So you can see we have a level at 74, another solid one at 72.50. And then on that high on the right side, we have a level at 75, 77 area, and 78. Auto zoom back out. Zoom on over. And you can see price kind of sat on top of that first level on the top that you saw me draw. Came back down, hit it again. Hit it again. Finally fell under. So it took 1, 2, almost 3 major tests of trading to actually get it to go down into that gap fill a little more. As you can see, it penetrated it the very next day. But it's taken this long to reject it and stay under. So I would be looking under 75, 74, 72.50 for a continuation. Again, same story as Carvana, though. Don't just plan for the downside because everyone's bearish right now. Plan for the upside as well. What can happen here? What can they do? Who asked that? Hard hitter. What can they do? They can build base. They can potentially try and build base. So if you do see a push up, if you do see a rejection, look to see if they can hold that low. If they can, that gives buyers a chance. But overall, that is a very cool piece of news there at open for Activision. So they do have a lot of movement potential. So I would just set 2 main levels, the pre-market high, the pre-market low, because this is your most newly formed range. This is going to be where your next open range breakout can occur. Above 78.50 or below 76.75. And even then, remind yourself, you have your previous day levels to worry about as well. Your previous day high is right there at that same level. Previous day low is way down here. Another very, very, very common support at 76 before we had that last 10-minute day drop. So you have a level at 76 as well. All right, I'm going to pull the list up one more time for just a couple minutes. And then we'll end the stream and we'll jump into Discord. at open, of course. But leave a like on the stream, guys, if you can. One of the videos, I don't know how, but it got a bunch of views. I didn't do any promotions or anything, so it's kind of cool to see. But one of the views on the pre-market stream got a lot of views, so I don't know. You guys dropping likes on it helps out. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. If you guys want access to the list, join the Discord. But I'll see you guys in Discord here in a bit, and we'll again cover the market like we usually do. Thank you guys for being on the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one.